The Jeffrey Epstein case refuses to fade into history, and now it just exploded again. The U.S. Department of Justice has confirmed that more than 1 million additional documents potentially connected to the Epstein investigation have been uncovered. The files were discovered by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, along with the FBI, and have now been turned over to the DOJ for review. This bombshell revelation comes after the government had already begun releasing thousands of pages under a new transparency law, raising serious questions about just how vast this case really is and why so much material is still emerging years later. Until now, the public believed the Epstein document releases were nearing completion. Tens of thousands of pages had already been made public, including court filings, emails, FBI summaries, photos, and internal DOJ records. But this new announcement changes the scale entirely. According to the DOJ, the newly uncovered materials are so extensive that review and redaction could take a few more weeks before they can be released. Lawyers are reportedly working non-stop to go through the files and remove legally protected information, particularly anything that could identify survivors. The Justice Department said it will continue to comply with federal law, the Epstein Files Transparency Act, presidential direction to release the materials. Still, the discovery raises a troubling question. How were over 1 million documents not accounted for until now? The DOJ has already released multiple large batches of files, totaling nearly 30,000 pages. These documents include FBI interview summaries, grand jury transcripts, DOJ internal communications, emails and news clippings, photos and videos, court records spanning years. Some of the most disturbing materials come from written statements and reports connected to alleged victims, with identities heavily redacted. Among them are emails sent to a human trafficking charity and summaries of hotline reports and FBI interviews. These accounts describe abuse, coercion, and trafficking, sometimes beginning at shockingly young ages. While the DOJ has emphasized that these are allegations, the consistency and volume of reports continue to fuel public outrage and calls for accountability. Under the Epstein Files Transparency Act, the DOJ is legally required to release unclassified material, but the law also mandates protections for survivors' identities, sensitive personal information, and certain law enforcement details. Officials say this is the main reason the process is slow. With over 1 million documents, even basic review becomes a massive undertaking. That said, critics argue that the delay risks undermining public trust, especially given Epstein's powerful connections and the long history of secrecy surrounding the case. With this many documents still unseen, speculation is inevitable. Could the files include new timelines of abuse, additional witnesses, evidence involving powerful institutions or individuals, details about how Epstein was able to operate for so long? No one knows yet, and that uncertainty is exactly why the next few weeks matter. The DOJ says future releases will continue on a rolling basis, meaning new documents could drop at any time once review is complete. Each release has the potential to spark renewed investigations, lead to civil lawsuits, expose systemic failures in law enforcement and oversight. For many, this isn't just about Epstein. It's about how abuse networks are allowed to exist and who looked the other way. Years after Jeffrey Epstein's death, the case is still unraveling. And now, with over 1 million new documents uncovered, it's clear we still don't have the full story. The question isn't just what's in the files. The question is, why did it take this long for them to surface, and what will they reveal next?
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.